and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you with Dawn and Julia Create, and it is my turn. So we are doing, my choice was we can take any stamp set that we want, and we need to do 3 different techniques with it. So I've chosen this one, which is called Director's Cut. I love this camera, so I thought I would use this one today. I just realised, there it is. So I've already prepped a little bit of it just to try and not make this super long. So I've taken my Floral Treasures papers, 2 of them, and I've stamped the camera on them. You can just see them, because I thought for the first technique we'll do some paper piecing, so that's what we're going to do with those. My second technique is we are going to be colouring these in. I'm going to do some decoupage, so these will all be coloured in exactly the same. One of them, however, is going to be a mask, and we're going to do some masking. So those are the 3 things that we are going to do. So to start off, what we're going to do is we're going to do some paper piecing. So I need to get my blank. I need some scissors, because scissors would help. Okay. And we need to cut out our first blank. So actually I'm going to just cut those 2 out, because these 2, one's going to be for the masking and one's going to be for the paper piecing. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this with a white border around, just because, yeah, I just think it's easier to leave it with the border, just because we've got those like little circles and we've got swirls and other bits and pieces, so it just saves me cutting them all out. And then this is going to be a card within itself, so this is going to be a topper for a card. So I'm going to cut this out, and then instead of colouring in the image, this is where the paper piecing comes in handy. However, it is a lot of cutting out, I will say that. Okay, so there's our image there. Now I do apologise if you hear anything, there is planes going over, so yeah. Right, so I am going to cut out first. Let's have a look. I think I want this top bit to be this gorgeous blue. So we're going to cut that out as carefully as we can. Now it's a very, very busy image, this one, so it's probably not the best one for me to choose when doing this, but I really liked it, so I wanted to. Okay, so we're just going to pop a bit of glue on, and then we're going to stick that where it should be on our piece. So there's one bit done. Now I'm going to come in, I want some of this flower, and I've done lots of images on them, just so I can get different bits and pieces. And I think this section here, I would like it to be the flower. So I'm going to come in and we're going to cut this out very carefully. Okay, and then we'll stick this bit down. So sorry, I am concentrating. I mean, like I said, I tried to do it so that a lot of it was done off like all the stamping was done off camera. So yeah, now the ink that I have used, I've used my hybrid ink, just because I find this one to be the best, because then if I decide that I want to watercolor to color in my images, I can. If I want to use my alcohol ink markers, I can. It just works for both, so it's all good. So now that I've cut this bit out, again we're going to pop some glue down, and then we're going to match it up on our image, and then we're going to stick that down, and you can sort of see how that is now coming together nicely. Doesn't that look fun? That looks so fun. Now I think actually I'm thinking maybe these purple bits, like the purple flowers, so I'm going to cut them out. You won't be able to see it on camera unfortunately, just because of how dark it is, but I'm doing this bit and this bit of this in this purple flower. So there's our first bit. Okay, so let's stick that down. And I think I'm gonna leave some bits white as well, actually, looking at it. I think they look quite nice with white bits on as well. So if you can hear anything, that is just Lady snoring away, because that's what our little lady does. Okay. Right. I need to be super careful with this. Okay, and then just down this bit like that, and then we're going to glue this little bit down. Okay, so that's going to sit on there like that. Oh, I'm loving that. I think that looks really cool. Now I think I want this bit as the blue, and I'm thinking this bit as the blue as well. So that's got purple on. We just want plain blues. I do apologise, Lady is snoring. Yeah. So I'm just going to cut this bit out in the blue and then this little bit out in the blue, and I think maybe that top bit as well, actually. Well, let's see. So paper piecing is really fun, and it basically is just cutting out different sections of your piece. Now, like I said, this probably wasn't the best image in which to use, just because it is very busy. However, I really liked it, so that's why we did it. I'm going to include that flower in as well. Right, I'll cut that down smaller, and we're just going to go all the way around like so. And keep looking at this as well for reference. Now it would be interesting to see what techniques Julia uses. I think she's definitely going to use the masking technique. It was actually Julia who taught me how to do masking by watching her videos. So yeah, it's amazing how we can all learn from each other. I'd like to say she's going to paper piece, but we shall see. I have given free rein. She can use whatever she wants, but she's only allowed one stamp set to do all three techniques. Because I thought that'd be interesting to see what we could do, you know, with all these techniques together, and how each card will look using the different techniques. So yeah, right, I want this part, yeah, but I don't want this border bit here. Okay, so let's cut around the flower like so, just like this. But yeah, you can definitely use simpler images for this, because obviously you need to be more or less spot on with it. Right, just get that. Right, so there's that bit, and then I just want this top bit as well, like this. And then that piece is ready to go, so I'll make all the cards up at the end. We'll do all the different techniques first. Oh, gorgeous. Right, just need to cut this little bit out if I can. This is so fiddly. So fiddly. even for me who likes fussy cutting, I have to say, yeah, very, very fiddly. But it'll be worth it in the end, I just know. There we go. Right, so let's get these 2 bits stuck down. Oh, don't do it. It's trying to disappear from me. Right, okay. So that bit goes on there. It's like the little handle. And then I've got this bit which goes on here, like so. Oh, look at that, I even managed to keep that white border around, which I'm really pleased about. There we go. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at that, how beautiful does that look? I am so pleased with that. So that's our first technique done. So on to the second technique. So what I'm going to do is we're going to colour this in. Now I am going to be using my Copic markers that I have. Oh, such a beautiful day today. It really is. I'm going to go with, so all of these need to be coloured the same, and basically all we're going to be doing is layering them up on top of each other to give dimension. I'm just going to do plain, I'm not going to do anything fancy, we're just going to have plain, I'm just thinking of the colours, colouring style. That is it. So I'm going to do very similar colours to that. I think we'll do similar colours to all of them, just so that we've got like a good comparison, although I am going to add green in on this one. Right, okay, so just basic colouring in like so, and what I'm going to do is whatever I do on this one, I'm going to copy and do the rest. And as you can see, I'm not going to put any shading or anything in. I am going to keep it just solid colour, because I just think, why not? Why not? Okay, so like that. And then I've got this gorgeous blue, so let's use this. Like I say, whatever you do on one, you need to do exactly the same on the other ones. Now, because we've got a little Miss Mim who is snoring, what I'm going to do is, once I've coloured this bit in, I'm going to pop you on speed up for this portion, because like I say, I am just colouring it in. Now, you do need to be careful not to go outside of the lines, if you can. It's not so bad around the edge, because, you know, we can cut it out, but yeah, you do need to be ever so careful. But yeah, I just thought I'd try and keep the colours very similar, and see how we go. So, but I'm just using these 4 colours, I'm not bringing any other colours in. So if you want to use the same colours, it's BO4, BV34, VO5 and YG23. So those are the colours that I am using, and like I say, I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. We're just going to keep it solid colour. So I'll pop you on speed up. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Right, okay, so they're all cut out, so they're ready to go with. So we've got 2 cards all prepped. Now we're going to go on to our next card. So this piece here is going to be our mask. So when you're creating a mask, all you're wanting to do is just cut it out of some copy paper, ideally. This isn't the best. This is a bit thick, I think. However, we will work with it. And this is what we're going to put over our main image. So, because we are going to build up our background, so we're going to essentially, it's like a 1-layer card. However, I'm making it 2-layer because this is going to get cut down and then put onto a card base. But yeah, it's a 1-layer. Julie will be going, no, it's not done. You keep doing that. But yeah, so I'm just going round. You know, I'm not being perfect with this because this isn't an image that I'm going to be using to colour in. We're just wanting to get that shape cut out. So just to make our panel. So let's get them out. Now I'm going to apologise, we do have planes going overhead and my door is open, so you may hear them. If they do get really close, then yeah, I'll stop the camera for a bit. But yeah, we live quite near an airport, so it's a couple of towns away. So yeah, we do get some low-flying aircraft, shall we say. Right, okay, so now what I'm going to do, now I've got my mask ready, I'm going to grab my stamping block and we're gonna stamp this and we're going to pop it onto our card base. So I am going to use my hybrid ink again. Okay, and then we're going to stick this down, and that's going to be the center focus of my card. Okay, so there it is. So now I'm finished with that. Let me just move that ink pad a second. What I want to do then is I want to grab the tickets and I'm going to put my mask over the top of our stamped piece, just like this. I'm going to grab the tickets and I'm going to stamp these around like this. So different angles. There we go. How cool does that look? So I want a few more just at the side here, and oh, let's pop that in. It's ideally you want to use sort of like something to keep this stuck down, but we're just going with what we have. Okay, so that's what I've got so far, and then I'm just going to come in and bring in some of these tickets just up at the top, so we've got whole ones. It is getting cut down, so I know that we're not going to see all of these, but essentially I'm making our own background with tickets. Oh, I like that. I think one more just there. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Right, okay. I'll make puffs over there. So that now I'm going to keep in with the stamp set, so that, yeah, we don't lose it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to a panel. So I think the panel, so I'm doing a 4 by 5 3/4 card. So I'm just going to put that down there. There. Put that down to, actually I'm going to do it 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So that's going to be my panel. So there's my panel all ready for me to colour in. And I think just for ease, I'm going to use some, oh yeah, let's try these. I'm going to use some watercolours. So I haven't really got the best. These are brand new and I've not used them yet. It's not the best watercolours, but best paper to use. However, what we can do is, as long as we don't put lots and lots of what do you call it on, lots of water on this, we'll be fine. So I'm just going to pop this on. I'm not going to use it as a water brush, we're just going to use it as a brush. That makes sense. Okay, and then I've got some water in front of me. So I'm going to start off with painting the tickets different colours, just like so. And this is one of the reasons why I really like using this hybrid ink. It just makes all the difference. Yeah, there, and how gorgeous is that? So I'm going to colour this in, so I'll pop you on speed up while I colour it in, and then we'll come back and yeah, we'll start putting all of our cards together, and yeah, you'll be able to see how we do it. So I'll be back in a second. Right, okay, so we're finished. Now I'm going to give you a tip. Do this in a stamping platform, because when I'd done the watercolouring, it dulled the image, and I really wanted the image to stand out, and the only way to do it was to re-stamp it. But because I didn't do it in a stamping platform, I couldn't just re-ink my stamp up and put it over again. I had no choice but to go around with a pen. And then I've ended up having to colour this bit in because I did a terrible job, but I still think it looks okay. But for future references, if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to use a stamping platform, because yeah, it just works out so much better. So let's start putting these cards together. I do have some card bases actually somewhere. Let's grab them. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this one. So I'm going to do Julia's trick, but I did get a tip off our lovely Christine saying do it from the back. You're less likely to get any on the front. So let's do what Christine said. So I'm going to go around the edge with the black, and this is just going to help it stand out. Okay, like so. Oh, that looks lovely. However, I just want a little bit more black on the edges. So it is good going from the back. I don't feel you get a big enough black strip, but I do like going from the back, so yeah, I think that'll work. I do like that. Right, let's get this stuck down. So I need my glue. I'm gonna adhere this down like so, and then I just want a simple sentiment. Now we're allowed to add anything we want to this, so I think I'm going to grab my metallic, my foiled sentiments. I'm going to do, do you know what? I'm going to do my copper, my Be Positive Coppers sentiments. These are new, so let's have a look. Oh, be exciting. I like that. Be exciting, be independent, and one more. Be happy. Yeah. So I'm going to finish this card off just with these 3 sentiments, like this. Oh, I do like them. I think they look lovely. Okay. Perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is our first card all made. So the next card, we're going to do this one, and what I'm going to do is I was thinking of bringing in this paper. Oh, we still can if I cut around that. Let's see. Well, let me see, just because I've stamped all over it, not thinking. So yeah, 3.5 by 5.5. Okay, I think this could work. Oh, I need to take a little bit more off, so I'm going to do 5.25. So look, yeah. Right, so let's glue this down. Okay. And then where I've stamped the image there, we're going to pop this one on over the top. So it's just giving us where we want it to be. There we go. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? I really like that. And I'm going to have Be Creative as our sentiment on this one. Look, just like that. Make sure that's straight. So just finishing them off quite simply. How gorgeous is that? I love how that camera looks. That looks amazing. So yeah, so there's card number 2. Now this is the fun one. So we do need some foam or some cardboard. I do have some cardboard, so that's what we're going to use for our dimension. Okay. Let's grab some scissors. Now we've got 4 layers on this card. Let's get rid of that. I'm just going to cut these down, and we can cut them a little bit more as and when we need them. So I'm going to have a look to see which one is the best one completely. I think that one. Then I want to cut this bit and this top bit off, so I'm going to look for the next best, which I think is this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut away some of the image, and this is going to be our second layer. Okay, across there. So that's our second layer, and then for our third layer, which one is the best on the front? I think that's the best on the front. So we're going to do this one, and I'm going to cut away this bottom bit, this side bit, this top bit, and the flowers as well. So this is what we're left with. So we have that. Oh, I'm going to get rid of this bottom bit as well. Okay, so then that'll go on there, and then our final piece is just going to be this this piece here. Okay, so let's cut that out. So you sort of taking bits away with each layer that you're doing. Okay, and then that bit will go on there. So now that we've done that, move them bits because we don't need them. What we're going to do is we're going to start raising them up. So cut these down. So let's start with the first layer and the second layer. So grab our cardboard or dimension, whatever it is that you're using. Okay. Let's just cut that down just a touch. Right, so there's that. Now I need a little bit on that edge, just down there, here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are just going to glue this, line it up and glue it down. So there's our second layer done. So then we're going to grab layer number 3, do exactly the same. We're going to grab our what do you call it, oh, I can't remember the name, cardboard for our dimension, and then we're going to stick this down as well and put another bit there just because I don't want it to sort of sag. Line it up, and then we're going to glue that on as well, and then we're going to do our very final piece as well. So just cut this down just a little bit more. Now I am just a bit worried because give me 2 seconds guys, because I think I'm gonna have to close over my door. There we go. Neighbours are out and they're playing music. I don't think it'll pick up on the camera, but I don't want to be infringed on copyright because I'm sick of getting them. Okay, oh, and there's a lady scrambling to the door. And then we're going to put our last layer on. So now we've ended up with this dimensional camera. How cool is that? Oh my goodness, I love that. That is fabulous. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've just got some of my paper here, and we are going to do some ripping, because who doesn't love a little bit of ripping? I know I do. Yes, lady, you do too. Oh, a bit too much off there, but I'm just trying to make a little backdrop, just something in the background. So it's very simple. I don't want to take away from, you know, the techniques that we've done. So we are keeping this very, very simple today. And then we're going to glue this down, and it doesn't need any dimension because we've got lots of dimension on it. Oh, I do love that. I think that looks a fab. Oh, I think we need be exciting for this one. If I can find it. Oh, be exhilarating. Be wonderful. Be plenty. Typical, can't find it. Is this it? Be energetic. Or did I do it? I might not have done a be exciting. Oh well, that's for the next one. Oh, be electrifying. We'll have that one instead. Right, I'm going to stick that down. I'm loving the copper, the shine of it. And then I'm going to grab my pen. I'm going to use a biro. And I'm just going to draw a nice happy border. Just to frame our piece. Just because I really do think that this frame will make all the difference. And I just feel like we need it. Just because it doesn't feel like there's much happening. And then I'm also going to frame our sentiment as well. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. So that is that card. I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to put a border on. I feel like I want them all to sort of match. So we need borders. I know Julia will put borders on her cards. She always does. Okay. Love that. Where's our first one? Do I want a border on this one? I think just around these, but not on the camera bit. So just around off the camera. That looks like comic book strippy. I love it. Love it. So there you have it, guys. That is my 3 cards for this Dawn and Julia Creates. And it was using, oh, it's dropping my drink. It was using 1 stamp set to create 3 different techniques. So our techniques were just were masking, which we created this one with, but I highly recommend that you use a stamping platform. After, you know, we do live and we learn. We've done decoupage, where we've built it up and made it into a 3D object, and then we've also done paper piecing as well, which just again looks absolutely amazing. I think it looks great. Oh, I love how they've turned out. And they're just beautiful. Anyway, let me know, guys, what you think in the comment section. Please do go over and see our lovely Julia. Let's see what she has created, because you know fine well that it's going to be gorgeous, because it always is. I'm going to leave it there. And until next time, guys, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye.